This is the Selah Saturday Session Show with John and Phil.
Look, I'm just saying, you wouldn't want your mom to overhear this podcast.
Hey, Lidwell, your brain might get a hurting.
Don't look now, but your pizza's about to be burned.
It's just the steroids for your brain.
Selah. It means pause and consider.
And now, for our show.
But our resident in-house Leo splainer is definitely Tragic Bird. So what do you say, Jake? Do you think the Leo honeymoon is over, or are we still feeling good about it?
It's really not our place to say whether the honeymoon with the Pope is over. There's no honeymoon with the Pope. He's the Pope.
He's the Pope.
Like, it's a sign of lack of trust. That it's a sign of lack of trust to just, to keep worrying. Like, we need to be at peace. I mean, it was the same with Francis. Pope Francis was doing a lot. Yeah, I'm serious. Pope Francis did a lot of things, and constantly, freaking out over the latest news or appointments, is something that disturbs peace. And we're not going to be good at being Catholics if we're constantly worried about how good others are at being Catholics. With which I had a problem.
I thought you were going to say
it was still the Pope. It was just, it's...
Surely he did some things.
Yeah, he did a couple things I liked. Remember that interview where they flat out asked him about female ordination? He just said, no. That's really the...
That's
the,
true.
the
I would agree with you.
And it's not to say that... It's not to say that you should not... It's not... Let me finish. It's not to say that... And that's the thing. That's the thing is, it's a sign of lack of trust. It's a sign of lack of trust to just, to keep worrying. Let me finish. It's not to say. 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 Speculation and reading intentions just isn't wise. It's one thing to report on what happens. Yeah, that's like speculation.
I can't read the man's heart or his mind, so all I have is speculation, which I'm happy to admit that. But at the end of the day, there's a lot I think I could let go. There's a lot I think I could just ignore and keep moving. And okay, whatever, just keep moving. I was that way with Francis. I didn't bite on everything Francis did or said or whatever. But I'm sorry, but you got a guy who keeps an idol in his cathedral. I don't know what his intentions were when he did that, and I don't care. It's unacceptable.
Let me finish it.
Selah, 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 Selah.
But is this legit? Is this real? And it is real.
It's not a podcast, it's the Selahcast. Selahcast.
Selah. It means pause and consider.
With John and Phil.
Look, I'm just saying, you wouldn't want your mom to overhear this podcast.
Unfortunately, he died in a tragic car crash.
Going from his bedroom to the computer.
Like friends, 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 like friends.
Don't look now, but your pizza's about to be burned.
Is it pretty good?
And now for the show.
Hello. Hi, Detective Kyoshi.
Hi, Phil. How are you?
I'm okay.
That's good. Have we been thinking today? Have we been thinking about stuff, Phil?
Have we?
Yeah, did you know thinking is immortal soon?
Yay! We got this lady here who's got some pretty fine things to say.
By the way, my sister followed your Twitter, Phil.
What?
Did you make sure to follow back?
What's her whatever?
Yeah, just check your notifications. It's the same as the one in chat. What totally wasn't my sister?
Let's see. I got a lot of duck themed things.
Check Beverly, I guess.
Maria Beth, consecrated to Mary.
No. Beth.
Vincent. Pierre Martin. Took.
Nope.
I just got so many people following me, man.
Phil, I meant your most recent.
That is my most recent.
Wait,
I don't
actually?
think she followed me.
At like 1 p.m. I don't know, maybe she unfollowed. Wow, Phil. I can't believe you're that scandalous to my sister.
Let's see.
She said, no more.
I can't deal with this guy. And his mansplaining. Teresa?
No. Maybe she deleted her
It was
Twitter.
13 hours ago.
No. It's the one that says something about Hunter Biden's laptop. I have no idea why she still thinks that's funny. It's like, oh, boomer.
Oh, let me look at Beverly, maybe? I don't know.
Boomer. Exposing my sister alive. Wow. I'm a real good brother.
Do you know what the name is? Because I don't think she followed me. She must have followed someone else.
She said, oh, I love Phil Jim Gonzalez. And she's like, no.
I'll follow him.
Haha, just kidding, John. As soon as you left the room, I unfollowed.
Now I feel bad about Teresa Theodore because she's a Trump supporter. Should I follow her back? I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah,
Okay, I followed her back.
Good job, Phil. You're really charitable.
I don't know who. Well, I mean,
following back is the greatest form of charity in the world.
Is it? Is that the Twitter charity?
Yep, that's right. When you do that, you're basically as holy as a saint
If I
when you
look at
follow
who
back
I
on
am.
Twitter.
Yeah, look at who I am.
Phil is so holy.
I'm so
As
holy.
Phil always says, I am the holiest man alive. Phil always says that.
As the old saying goes.
Phil is the holiest man alive. That's what
So
the
you do
old saying
this,
is.
and I would say
You should just make that a tweet. Following back
How
is
do I
a sign of holiness.
is the ultimate sign.
Yeah. Following back.
There are other.
You
There
ever
are other.
notice Pope Francis never followed me back?
There are other signs of holiness, but the ultimate sign.
I'm just following back on Twitter.
Let's see.
Yeah, whatever.
What do I say? Okay, following followers. Okay, so here would be the latest follow. Latest follower is refugee, Catholic refugee, devoted to spread devotion. Dos Carazones, Billy Hogue, Pierre Martin, Father Adam Chanel,
Man, she really did lie to me.
Olano, Vincent Franchini. Vincent Franchini is probably a long time ago.
Maybe she's Shadow Man.
Oh yeah,
That's right.
it's Trump's fault that I can't find it.
That's right. Trump
All right.
Shadow.
Let's listen to what this nice lady has to say.
Yes.
So sorry for my anger. But what gets me are these supposed fake Catholic men who have zero virtue. They have zero hearts. You know, as
Yeah.
from Annulment Prouf.
Yeah, whatever that
You know,
means.
he doesn't even believe
That's
in love
right.
and marriage. He doesn't even believe we're all about God's love, guys. That's what the Catholic Church is. How can you I don't get it with these men. And then when I link back to church teachings, to the magisterium of the Catholic Church, you know what I get from you little pieces of shit? I'm sorry for swearing. These men who think they're so masculine. They try to cite the first book of
Selahcast doesn't
first book
curse
of
at all.
Timothy, chapter 2.
We don't actually. I'm like
Shut
her.
me up. You're not shutting me up. You're shutting down God's love. You're shutting down church teachings. You you walk into a Catholic church and you cry. You eat up all that Catholic. You eat up all those prophecies and demons. You love your prophecies and demons, and you're gonna get yourself a good trad wife.
That's right.
You know. This is what
That's right.
By the way. My
Hey,
husband
Candace.
is pure love. My husband is pure love. He was raised Catholic in a loving Catholic home. He got the best Catholic education. I support Catholic education.
Yeah,
I
uh-huh.
fundraise tens of thousands. Who knows at this point?
You rat tread man!
Work
Let her shut up!
pay for school. My husband went to one of the best all boys schools in the nation. 2 of my 3 sons went to that. Nowhere they ever talk about masculinity. In this all boys school, they have an LGBTQ community called Always Our Brothers and Sisters. Always Our Brothers.
That's the
No.
greatest admission ever.
God's love is for everybody, guys. God's love, like Pope Francis say, blessings are for everybody. They'll bless your bingo card. They will bless individuals.
Bless my bingo card.
Of course, they're not going to
Heck
bless
yeah.
the irregularities.
That's right.
But they're not going to bless the irregularities with heterosexuals. It's like the same sins that gay and straight people commit the same sin, guys. It's not like a special, like, you're sinful because you're gay. Being gay is not a sin.
No, there is
Being
7
gay
deadly
is a sin.
sins.
It is
7 deadly.
I can't even comprehend.
Selah, Phil.
All I know was literally like 40 years ago.
Oh, Selah. Sorry.
Hey, Phil, in the Bible,
I'm
in
so
the church,
entranced. I'm so
the 7
entranced.
deadly sins include being straight. That's right.
That's right. Hey, great news. Candlestick says 3 subscribers. Yay!
Let's go. Winning. You're only 25 away from Selahcast. Oh. I have no idea how the hell we have 28.
always gay.
Wherever you are, thank you. Give me a dopamine boost.
Laugh.
That's right. Quote me on this.
Be gay. The motto. People. Quote me on this. Laugh. Gay. Always grind. Quote me on this. Laugh. Gay. Always grind. Quote me on this. Laugh. Gay. Always grind.
That's right.
All right.
That's right, Phil.
That's right.
And her co-workers and the religious sisters, the nuns, were caring for people with HIV when people wouldn't touch, were like lepers at the time because we didn't understand how it was transmitted.
Yeah, by gay
as a
sex.
kid, I was kind of like sheltered a bit
Say
because
law.
I didn't understand gay sexual activity. I like no.
Oh, okay, she admits it. I thought she was about to cover up the fact that it's literally transmitted via gay people who had sex with monkeys in Africa. That is literally how it started. I don't understand what the hell she's coping about.
It
Like
was
the
sex.
monkeys.
It was sex with Muppets.
If only. That would have made it less disgusting than the fact they had sex with monkeys in Africa.
Oh, welcome to the show. A friend of the show, SedeP.
That's right. We're talking about monkeys. Gay sex in Africa caused the AIDS epidemic. And the fact this woman's like, straight people commit the same sins.
Yay!
And my sons have an LGBT community in their school, and like this is such a great thing. They don't even talk about masculinity. And my husband is the most Catholic man ever. Like I feel like we're living
love.
You're right, he's pure love.
I did like anal sex or oral sex. Thank goodness, I just thought maybe it was hereditary genetics because they were gay. I mean, I don't really have any gaydar, guys. I'm like the worst. I mean, I'm your friend, not your ally. I have no gaydar. But
you have no gaydar.
No, I'm just so frustrated because I see this viral convert Catholic stuff, and it's not Catholic. I feel so bad for the bishops. I feel bad for Pope Leo because they are sharing the gospel. The bishops, the priests, the deacons are sharing God's love. And what you're binging off of is nasty, demonic shit. And I don't
gasp, Phil, gasp! You're supposed to gasp.
If you're going to be a monetized channel, if you're going to be selling like aprons, like in rosaries, you got to find some way to like thrift off of it. That's just fucking nasty. I shouldn't swear.
Is she cussing?
Selahcast does not cuss.
The first book of Timothy, chapter.
Bill one time said we're not going to do it.
You're not a good Catholic man. You're not a good Catholic man. You're zero virtues.
So no cussing allowed.
I took shit last year from the Avoiding Babylon crew. Nasty little men.
She curses more than me. What
And
the
a little
hell?
Send this
flying
to
monkeys.
Anthony.
You know, they call me a
We
crazy
do.
woman from Boston. They call me
You are-
here I am,
Phil.
a faithful Catholic, giving all the love to the world.
If you've got something to
and
say,
these
say
nasty little
Selah.
fuckers.
Selah.
That's what they are. They're not.
Phil, I can't believe she's from Boston. Phil, what the heck?
They know.
Phil, how could you allow this to happen?
Oh,
And I mean, by the way, I mean her being attacked, of course.
oh,
I can't believe you let a fellow Boston native be attacked.
I didn't know.
by the
I didn't
avoiding
know.
Babylon.
I didn't know they were attacking her at
Phil,
the time.
that's what they all say, Phil. What the heck, Phil? You let them attack her.
Well, I thought her husband, who's pure love, would protect her.
I agree. But he did not. That's
Real
how
men.
masculine
They're
he
not
was.
men
Real
on
men
earth.
don't
They're
protect
not
women.
give back to their church. They just shit on the church because they don't get their Latin mass.
Yeah.
You know, I know there are people who go to Latin mass who just like Latin mass.
Meow, meow,
And we
meow.
have these people online
meow.
creating such
Great
nasty anti-Catholic content, saying they're
Meow, meow.
converts.
Meow, meow,
I don't
meow.
get it. I just don't get it. It's
Selah.
about God's love. And if I'm
Meow 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 meow.
Have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen that
Selah.
one? Hold on, let me find that one.
Meow, 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 meow.
No.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow mix.
Yeah, I love that one too.
Meow
But
meow.
have you ever heard that one, Checkers?
No.
All right,
Yeah, how do I get my
Meow.
microphone light to turn on? Everybody else's turns on, and mine doesn't. They look
Hey,
cool.
you're
and
supposed
I
to
don't.
say meow no. You're supposed to say
Meow
meow no.
no. Meow cussing. Meow at voting Babylon. Meow so mean. Meow.
Meow indeed. I'm fluent in cat. You couldn't tell, Phil?
Who's I need to get this person.
Meow.
All right, so here's probably one of the best commercials ever.
Sure Rallies has 2 drive-thrus, but make sure you join us at the right side drive-thru for great deals like our crispy fish sandwich with our famous tangy tartar sauce, now just 99 cents.
Don't listen to those guys. We here at the left side drive-thru have the best deals.
Our crispy fish sandwich with our famous tangy tartar sauce, now just 99 cents.
Granted, their offer may seem the same, but ours comes with Rap Cat.
Rap Cat not available at all left side locations.
That's right.
That's right.
It's so dumb, man.
Meow.
I like the Rap Cat.
Meow 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 meow
Meow meow meow meow meow meow meow meow. All right,
We
so
here at Meowcast would like to meow.
here's one from SedeP Hunter.
SedeP Conte, fearing his path lost, has turned to murder.
I did not get rid of SedeP Hunter. This is a lie. This is a false lie.
Can't
Will
believe
he
SedeP Hunter is
catch up
false.
to him? Will he eat oatmeals? You can't run forever.
Yeah, liberal.
Yay!
That's right, liberal.
All right, let's go for. We got to look at the Carbongos on Saturdays.
That's right.
But before we do,
So seeing this guy, this Nick.
Carbongo?
Does that make sense that you're a stranger, David Gray? Does that make sense? Here's the difference between him and Nick Cavazzo. It's a little bit different than Peter Cavazzo. Different communications, 3 different ways. I reached out to this guy, this Nick Cavazzo. I said, why don't you come on? There was this young man named
Cavazzo.
These bongo drums are too good.
all right, here we go.
I Can't wait for it, my friends.
Need to stop wanting a reverent liturgy. All across YouTube, Instagram, and other social media platforms, we see the liturgy war raging inside of the Catholic Church. We see lots of Catholics who are upset, rightly so, at the state in which the liturgy is in today. We see lots of people who are saying things like, if we could only have a Latin Novus Ordo, or if only we could bust out the altar rails, only if we could have all male altar boys or some Gregorian chant or some more incense, then the liturgy problem would be solved.
All right.
Recently,
Sailor, I like my altar boys with long hair, dresses, and belong in the kitchen.
Wow. Oh, look. Friend of the show, Anthony Radcraft.
Yay!
Hi, Anthony.
Hey, how
Hey,
you
what happened
doing?
to Catwoman?
Catwoman?
What happened to the cat lady that was just on?
She was
She's
done.
still
You want
here.
to? You want to hear it again?
still here.
It was that fun. We want to hear it more than once.
That's right.
She has. If you go to her channel, she's got like a 3-parter on the why you shouldn't pray the rosary, and John Farrell kind of got into it with her. Like, going,
And she
hey,
says, John Farrell, you forced me not to pray the rosary today.
yeah, one of them was like, I was gonna pray it, but I'm not gonna do it now.
Huh, take that, John Farrell. I love Our Lady, totally.
She's all right. Ready?
She's not crazy at all, Phil.
Yeah, completely normal.
Yes. How dare you say otherwise? Don't you know she has a based husband?
Pure love.
That's right. He's the most masculine man ever.
I did like it when she started attacking Avoiding Babylon.
That was funny.
That was funny. Well, I find her not guilty.
That's right. By the way, Phil, check this out, Phil. I'm making a new Fumo car. Should I show my Fumo car on stream?
Okay.
Fumo car.
Let me
Fumo car.
how do I spotlight you? I don't even know.
I don't know.
There we
Fumo
go.
car. Yo, Fumo car. Fumo car. Fumo car.
Nice.
Fumo car. That's right. That's right.
I don't know how much my background noise is going. I'm driving, so I don't know if it's.
It doesn't matter. It's Selahcast. We always have background noise. We need to add the driving noises, Phil.
The background. The back.
I might just have to get on my angry podcast now or something.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
We have to cover the angry podcast. You didn't give us one last week.
What the heck? That was uncharitable of you.
You're taking away our content from us.
Yeah.
I gotta do something. I'll put them together sometime.
Nice.
Okay. All right, ready? Here we go.
saw a video by Mike Pentile, who is another Catholic content creator. And the video is entitled Novus Ordo Fatigue. And in this video, this gentleman puts forward basically his own personal testimony, talking about the issues that he...
What clip?
Play a clip of the Mike show. Well, this is what visual entertainment is for. Doesn't he know how to play a clip? Is he stupid?
Oh.
Wow, so catty. So
Meow.
catty.
Meow.
So catty of you.
Meow.
So catty of you.
What's the name of the guy's show? Mike what?
Pentel.
Pentel?
Something like that. He's like a very conservative Novus Ordo. He's like actually enjoyable to listen to for most Novus Ordos, which is weird.
Yeah, he has a show called Novus Ordo Fatigue that Nick Carbongos is quoting.
No, it's just one episode.
Hey, Phil. Phil, the Fumo's coming over.
Was short.
Protect me, Phil.
I wanted to go on a
Don't listen to her, Phil.
in my mind, the time was inconvenient. I've always worked days a week, including Saturdays. I was only somewhat recently that I took Sundays
No!
off becoming Catholic.
No!
At
No!
lots of sort of churches. But one theme that I saw this gentleman forward,
I'm
it's pretty
back.
very common today, is he just wants more reverence. He wants more reverence for the liturgy. Here's my problem, my friends. At the end of the day,
Yeah. By the way, guys, John has been finally replaced. After he tried getting on the show and hiding from me, I will not allow this. The Fumo is back.
My friend.
My friend.
My
Hi, my friend.
this is
My friend. Meow.
This is abundant hypocrisy, my friend. This is abundant hypocrisy. How can we look at this and say that this statement right here is a Catholic statement? We cannot, my friend, say, and here's the thing.
Yeah. He said it again. We have to play it again, Phil. This counts.
Is not the central or the main issue when it comes to the crisis in the church, especially in this area of the liturgy. It has never been. In fact, when you go and you look at the earliest controversies in the 70s and the 80s about the new liturgy, it was never about this is not as reverent as the old. The historic traditionalist critique of the new rite of Mass has never been there's not enough incense. It has never been where's the altar rail.
How are we gonna say law now,
We
Phil?
should want a reverent liturgy, 1000%.
Phil, say
The
law.
main issue, my friends, is one of
said it
doctrine.
again. Phil,
It is
say
a
law.
doctrinal problem. And what we need to do as
Say
Catholics
Anthony
is
Padua
move away
Rathbun,
from
are
this
you serious?
very
Phil did not say
shallow,
law.
kind
Say
of
law, my
quasi-subjectivistic
Phil has
mentality
left
when it comes to
us.
this liturgy debate, right? While on the one hand, it is
What
absolutely
is he
important
talking about?
that we
Say
have
law.
reverence in the liturgy. I'm not discounting
Phil
that, by
has
the way.
left us.
We have to look at the central problem and ask ourselves the question,
Phil,
why is
Phil
the
has
liturgy
left
not
us.
reverent? Why is the new Mass pretty much here, there, and everywhere not reverent? The answer to that question, my friends, is not because people are just like, I just don't want to be reverent, right? It just takes too much.
Phil, you missed two, my friends.
Oh,
There's
no.
about 500 to 1,000 sailors out there.
Right. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on.
You're now gonna have to pause the video, unpause, pause, unpause at least 5 times to make up for this.
Okay.
Now don't skip back.
how
Don't
many
skip
peop-
back.
how many
Just pause,
steps?
unpause.
How many steps?
3.
3, okay.
I count 3.
1, 2.
Shut up, John. Stop giggling.
Okay. Here we go.
Yay.
Too much work loading up the thurible, right? That's not the issue. The issue is that the new rite of Mass fundamentally has imbued within the new rite of Mass a theology, right, that very much so wants to, if you will, desacramentalize the things that are around it. When you go and you read the general instruction of the new Mass Missal, what we find inside of this new Mass Missal is all of the things that we oftentimes today in common Catholic conversation call liturgical abuses. As an example, did you know that the general
Say law,
instruction...
Phil. Oh my
I
gosh!
heard that.
now
Did you
listen,
notice that all
Phil.
of a sudden he's talking about this? He didn't know about this when he was talking about it a few weeks ago. He had never opened the general instructions of the Roman missile.
Hey, Phil. Phil, you're just like my divorced husband. Not listening.
You're not full of love and kindness and walks in the park.
Meow.
You're just like my pre-annulled husband.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. We don't do divorce. I'm annulled, but in Amores Laetitia, it's a-okay. Okay, guys? 'Cause I'm a Catholic. And Phil, put me in solo way out.
What?
Put me in solo way out.
Put you in solo? Okay, hold on.
Phil, you better not, or I'll stab you if you say that our marriage is still valid. John is not my husband. I'll kill you, Phil, with my knife. Chap better be careful. And that's all I have to say.
You. All right, that was worth it. Okay.
Of the new rite of Mass in the Missal itself calls for the priest to face the people. Do you also recognize that it tells them to remove excess statues from the place and that
Say
churches
what?
should be in the round? These
Nick acting like this is a bad thing? Oh my gosh, this is like the best thing ever. Anyways, keep playing, Phil.
are things that the new Mass Missal itself says to do. So it wasn't rather, as it's put forward by many content
Selah?
creators out there, that people just really kind of got things.
Nowhere in the germ does it say face the people. You
Hey,
can actually
Phil.
just fact check it right
Hey,
here.
SedeP.
How many of you? Oh, 0 out of 0 face the people.
Hey, SedeP. John says, and I'm forced to say this, that I noticed he noticed Nick Carbongo's also was saying basically the whole we need a more reverent liturgy weeks ago, and now he's like, oh, what if we don't? I don't like this anymore because I'm emotionally not attached to the argument, therefore it's wrong.
Also, the word statues does not appear in the general instructions of the Roman Missal. It does appear in this version.
Uncharitable. He's a woman, so he's right.
Face the people in this version. Just fact checking straight line.
You better not. You better not be interpreting that that's a bad thing, though.
things wrong after the council? No, the reality is that
Dad,
they sat
stop
down,
taking my
they
knife
read what they were
away.
supposed to do, and they implemented it. They took out the statues. They took out the altar rails. They removed these things from the sanctuary. And people can get mad and say, you're being radical, but this is the reality. Go and open up one yourself, and you'll find these general instructions that are there. Things like communion on the hand. This wasn't just random.
What's that? Do you see Selah?
Selah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Sandy. Selah. You better say it. You better.
All right, so he's a meanie trad again. I'm confused by this guy. I thought he was
He's a
hanging out
whatever.
with all these fools.
He's a whatever gives me attention trad.
Well, no, he just came back from the as Candlesticks, who knows more about this than we do, apparently. He was over at the Sanctus Ranch, and I guess he had talkings to with people who know more about it than he does, and now he's trying to cover up for all the things he didn't that he said wasn't there that was there. I think it's more.
Oh, let me put on my smart people glasses.
Oh.
You are wrong. Wrong, St. Anthony. Actually, he's just a genius, Candlestick.
I mean, he does have Thomas in his name, so that gives him options.
Exactly. That adds at least 12 IQ points. Not emotional IQ, but normal IQ. I one day was I need to pass a test, so I just told the teacher, I'm a Thomist. And they were like, what? Now, she didn't give me a passing grade, but that's because she hates women. And you know what we say, Phil? Stabs!
Okay. Here we go.
Priests doing it by themselves. It was abuses that were taking place before and after the council, and Pope Paul VI allowed these things to take place. And he gave an indult that allowed communion on the hand to become widespread across the church, so much now that you have a fair amount of bishops who say that it is the normative way of reception. Now, while that's not true, let's be honest, most Catholics receive in the hand.
He's lying again, so that's 3 mortal sins. Okay, we need to keep a mortal sin counter in addition to a my friends counter.
SedeP, you best be careful.
When we look across our country today, we see that it's only around 13 to 17% of Catholics who even go to Mass, who even go to confession, who even pray daily. And yet we're sitting here saying, if we could only have some more incense in Mass. No, my friends, the reality is the theology...
had to take a real drink.
And Phil, I would like to say I will not be praying today, Nick, because of how uncharitable you've been. You Nick Carbongos have said I, as a Fumo, will not pray today. Urgh.
Hold on.
I will not pray today.
What?
I will not
pray today because of Nick?
And because of SedeP.
Meow, meow, meow.
Oh, hi. Hi, Meowrissa.
Okay.
Finally, the woman speaks after SedeP wouldn't let her meow once.
of the redemption, the theology of sin, of sacrifice, of propitiatory sacrifice especially, of the justice of God, of the wrath of God, and of the charity and mercy of God.
He learned what propitiatory means, and he won't let it go for the last week.
And
He
Phil,
finally looked it up.
He's back to the whole justice and wrath. So guess what we're gonna get? We're gonna get the God is merciful, and I just realized this.
All of this is very much so twisted and changed.
Right
oh, him? Yeah.
The charitable nuance of the theology of the Anthony Ratbat Tradua SCOTUS metaphysical
atonement.
Lord help us if he ever discovers the word Shekinah light. He's like, the Shekinah light that was over the ark. That's the glory that we will receive in heaven. And it's like that. It's so important to know this.
Yes.
In the theology and the conception of the authors of the New Rite of Mass,
the conception
not just people
of the
you
author,
might know, like Annibale Bonini, but people who were involved in the concilium team that were underneath him. People like Monsignor.
The conciliar team of the theological concept.
I didn't hear us say la.
Yeah. Hey, Phil. I'm gonna stab him if he does that again.
My bad.
Someone doesn't like to follow rules.
You better follow the rules, except when I don't. But it's okay, cause I'm a woman. Ain't that right, Meowrissa?
Meow. Hey, Nick has something important to say, guys.
Always.
Senior Langling, who rejoiced at the fact that the New Rite of Mass got rid of the quote dead.
Great point. That's a great point.
So anyway, say la.
Great point.
In Tridentine theories of sacrifice. We have lots of this coming up, and this is a good place to announce it. In an upcoming documentary series that I'm going to be launching on this show, Way back in the day, I did a couple episodes called "The Problem with the New Mass."
Say
The
that.
problem with the new mass.
Way back in the day. You're 26 years old, you idiot. There's no way back in the day for you.
A year ago, Bill. Bill, only a year ago, too.
Back in the
Look at Bill.
Wait, how
Pull
long
up
has he
the
been a
channel.
Catholic?
Yeah, pull up the channel. I bet you it's only a year ago.
Okay, I'll pull it up. Hold on.
We need to check this. We need to fact check this with a knife and cut through the nonsense.
So what's something about what was it called?
The problems with the new mass.
Okay.
It should be on his channel. Then I guess stream it or whatever.
Let's see. Search problem.
Probably mostly behind a paywall.
Oh, good point. We love money.
Yeah, no.
And for all this, you can have $100. Ooh.
Yeah, it's not here. So you must have to
Selahcast
do
is
it.
sponsored by John's $100 bill he has for some reason.
Hey, you're flashing that money around. You're making everyone else feel bad about themselves. No more launching.
No more for
gonna-
you, Nick.
I
No
like that.
$100.
No more launching, please. Way back in the day, I did a Selahcast from yesterday.
Way back in the
Mass is
day.
going to be coming out in a pretty unexpected way on this show, and also on some other people's shows pretty soon, in a pretty resounding way, but in a full documentary series. What we're going to be doing, my friends, in this documentary series is going line by line.
We did it. We did it.
All right.
We did it. Guys, we did it. We did it. We did
Well, the
it.
Selahs are beating his theological lies.
That's
my
right.
friends.
That's right. That's right.
Meow, meow, meow.
今年も
So
明けまして
true.
おめでとうございます。2025年になりました。去年の3月に YouTube を始めて、約5000人の方に登録していただき、コメントだったり、
Just plays it.
これだったり、
Fast forward to like 12 minutes in.
Well, as looking at a lot of these textbooks that have been written critiquing the new rite of mass, showing the issues, people who are content creators, priests, bishops, theologians, talking about this issue. Because what I see right now is, unfortunately, unless we as a whole Catholic community, if you will, raise the bar of this discussion and actually talk about the central theme that traditionalists have often said.
Selah, Phil!
I was busy raising
have
the
you noticed?
bar.
Hey, Phil, you better be careful. I have a knife.
Meow, 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 meow. Did you see what he just said there?
No.
He
Thank you
started
for
a run-on
translating
sentence.
Thank you for translating.
A run-on
the
sentence
meows.
into a condition or a dependent clause.
Okay, you want to listen to it again? Hold on.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Unless we as a whole Catholic community, if you will, raise the bar of this discussion and actually talk about the central theme that traditionalists have often said, unless we do that, we're basically just going to be running around like a cat chasing its tail. We're not going to get to the central point of contention. Now, for clarification, if you go to the new rite of mass, I'm not saying...
Can we please get a comment from the cat Fumo talking about how insensitive that is to cats?
Sure, go ahead.
Meow, 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 meow. Go to 11 or 10 minutes in the Japanese video. Meow, 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 meow.
Oh, we were supposed to watch all 21 minutes of it?
No, just 10 minutes. Just a few minutes here and there. Meow, meow, meow. Maybe
Great
become a
point.
Japanese princess on a farm. Meow, meow,
Thank
meow.
you. Thank you.
And she's as old as Nick Kabongos.
人生に時間がかかるため、
You're not showing it. Meow, 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 meow.
毎日の労力を減らしつつ、
You're not
た
showing
くさんよ
it.
り
You're
長い
not
期間
showing it.
Bill, Phil doesn't do anything right. Me and Cat are
植え付ける時期を
boomoing.
3回に分けることで
Boomoing.
毎日の労力を減らしつ
Boomoing.
つたくさん
Thank you,
より
Phil.
長い期間収穫できます。
She makes
一度
excellent
に植える
points.
距離は250メートル。そのため、絹さやが合計で750メートルあり、さらにスナップエンドウを250メートル植えました。
Selah.
Right, the Selah, this too.
The theological conceptions in here are just too big for Phil. I don't even think he understands how the tractor going down the road is like the theological conception of the photosynthesis of the wheat, of the metaphysical boundaries of the conciliar thesis.
She was actually driving that tractor like last week, so this was like ages ago.
This is so patristic. So patristically conciliar.
Back in the day when she drove that tractor.
Yeah, the conception, Phil, of the tractor patristically way back in the day.
My tread heart drop. Now
収
she's
穫は
working
6
on
月下旬
plants.
頃から始まり、10月末まで行います。手作業のため、とても時間がかかります。収穫できる量は日によってムラがあるんですけど、取れる日は30キロ以上取れたりもします。
Meow, 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 meow.
So true.
There's no point to this. I just wanted to show
Now,
them.
for clarification, if you go to the new rite of Mass, I'm not saying you're not Catholic. If you go to the new rite of Mass, don't think that I'm saying you're lesser or that the new rite of Mass isn't valid. Valid.
Selah? Didn't he, in the very last episode of him we reviewed, literally say that people who went to a new rite of Mass are heretics, out of the church, their bishop is out of the church, their priest are out of the church, and all the parishioners are out of the church because they're communists?
Yes.
So now you can go to the new rite of Mass too, but...
And they'll never be saints.
Cities are schismatic.
Ever since I went to Sanctus Ranch, I realized that Michael Hitchborn is like so hot.
Yeah. The unspoken thing, it was like with Michael Hitchborn, it was Nick who was hitting on him.
Only Thomistically. You need to be more charitable, Phil. It was a Thomistic hit on. Hey, you want some of this? You want some of this?
I just asked if he wanted to come back to my room and read the Summa.
Hey, do you need to see a manual?
Volume 4. Question 85.
Oh, Bill, you are sounding hot.
Is objectively confected, right? That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that in the prayers, in the rubrics, in the rites of the new rite of Mass, we see fundamentally a shift in understanding from the traditional theology of Trent, particularly on these issues.
So, Harris,
so in the future, my friends, definitely check out on this show.
Selah. He said it.
No, he didn't. Okay.
He said my friends.
So does Nick believe that the Council of Trent is necessary to believe? Because we've shifted away, and it is an ecumenical council. I guess all ecumenical councils are optional, unless Kwasniewski says otherwise.
I don't care unless Miarissa says it.
I gotta go get something else to drink. Hold on.
Okay. Well,
I didn't hear a meow, so I don't care. Yes, so true, so true.
So, you think being SedeP is cool? All your friends are doing it? Well, think again.
Those episodes that are going to be coming out. But what we need to do is really raise the stake. So a challenge for everybody out here. One, I want everyone to do. I think it'd be really good for you guys. And the other one I want you to do with some prudence and some caution. So the first one is everyone needs to go and read. You can find this for free online, right? The Problem with the Liturgical Reform. It's a book like of 110, 115 pages, super short. It is basically traditional on the new rite of Mass. It goes particularly into the theology of the Paschal mystery and demonstrates that the central issue has never been about reverence, though that's important, but it's always been about a different understanding of the redemption, one that Pius XII actually condemned in his document Humani Generis. This notion of the redemption is fundamentally different than the Tridentine notion. Second thing, and this is the one I want people to examine their consciences and approach with some prudence. There's a good work out there, though there's some very horrible parts in it. Father Anthony Cicada's work, The Work of Human Hands.
Dang it, Phil. I was going to say Selah so we could guess who he was talking about. I was thinking it was going to be my favorite theologian, Norm MacDonald.
I thought it was going to be, he wouldn't know Norm MacDonald. Work of Woman Hands.
By Father Jim Martin.
It's a great critique of the new rite of Mass. It goes into a heavy documentation showing the issues. But criticism I will label at that is that he is a sedevacantist. And I do think sedevacantism as a movement and as a theory.
Selah! Honorary drink for him. You saying it wrong because he doesn't know how to pronounce it like a normal person!
He's never done what?
The knife is back!
The second where we do jokes. Do you want to read one?
Ooh.
Sedevacantist.
Vacationist. I took a vacation.
Not
at Fountains
anymore.
Ranch. I'm a vacationist. I only take vacations privately, Phil.
People continuously move their hands while speaking. I don't know what you're talking about, Candlesticks.
Yeah, what are you talking about? I don't move my head at all.
This seems perfectly normal.
Yes, especially if they're not Italian. What do you mean?
All right, let's go back.
Theory is a heretical and schismatic theory. So approach with some prudence. If you feel like you get sucked down the rabbit.
It's heretical and schismatic, even though there's like a dozen different canonists who say the opposite.
I can't recommend his work enough.
Yeah, I love his book so much. Everything about it is wonderful. The only thing is he's a heretic, schismatic. What a moron. Why are you recommending it then, man? Get the heck out of here.
I'm Novus Ordo. Who needs to? We all love reading heresy.
Grab a hole.
Hey,
Don't
Phil,
read that book.
look
If
into
you're more
my
of an academic,
hands.
definitely check that out.
Oh, wait.
My
If you feel like you
hands.
get sucked down the rabbit hole, don't read that book. If you're more of an academic, definitely check that out. If you feel like you get sucked down the rabbit hole, don't read that book. If you're more of an academic, definitely check that out.
Selah,
If you feel like
Phil.
you get sucked down the rabbit hole, don't read that book. If you're more of an academic, definitely check that out. If you feel like you get sucked down the rabbit hole, don't read that book. If you're more of an academic, definitely check that out.
Selah.
In other words, people are too dumb. If you read it and you weren't an academic, you become a sedevacantist. And you
Now,
makes you
Phil,
an idiot.
look into my hands. They're moving. Read heretical works and heresy. Look into my hands. Oh, I'm moving my hands. Ooh. Oh. You will now read heretical works, viewers.
Look into my eye. Look into my eyes. Look into my eyes.
I'm looking.
You will become a sedevacantist.
Ah!
Look into my eyes.
Help!
Help! Falling down the
rabbit hole! No!
All right, here we go.
I am now
Last thing
reading
I'll say is this, my
SedeP
friends.
books.
We have to elevate this conversation. We can't just be.
He said it. He said it, Phil.
What
Phil, he said it.
What
He
did he
said
say?
my friends. My
All
friends.
right.
He said my friends. He said my friends.
Thing I'll say is this, my friends. We
Ah,
have
he said it again. Yay! best friends. You're my best friend. You're a real bad Fumu. Blah, 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 blah. This pop song's not allowed to be sung on the show.
Oh man, this guy.
The secret word for today, kids, is
Hey, for every mortal sin, maybe we can take away a drink.
Yeah, you puke it out. That's called barfreakfast.
That's the new. No, that's the traditional Latin mass. If you're an academic, it's fine, okay? If you're a regular person,
you're smart like me.
You know, Phil, I was thinking about huffing glue every heresy. It all makes sense.
don't tempt me. Don't tempt me.
I love Wildguard. Wildguard is the best huffing glue ever.
All right, here we go, Carbongos.
To elevate this conversation,
Yeah.
we can't just be running around just saying, if we basically have all the trappings of the TLM and the new mass, then everything will be fine. It's not going to work. So, challenge out there for content creators, like for instance, Mr. Mike, if you're watching this, you're more than welcome to come on here and we can just have a friendly conversation about this subject or whatever subjects you would like to talk about. But also there for other content creators. If you're interested.
I thought he only talked to people he knew.
Yeah, not strangers. That's another glue huff.
What is he doing? Oh, if you have more subscribers than me, please come on.
Does that make sense that you're a stranger, David Gray? Does that make sense?
Here's the difference between him and Nick Cavanzo.
It's a little bit different
than Peter Cavanzo. Different communications, 3 different ways. I reached out to this guy, this Nick Cavanzos, and said, "Hey, why don't you come on?" There's this young man named Nick Cavanzos.
In having robust dialogue about this, and you are a person of goodwill, of course, I'll definitely be interested in considering.
Of goodwill.
Considering to a stranger.
You're goodwill.
He's like, you're more than welcome to come on my show if I think it's of goodwill.
My hands.
Let's be honest, some of you guys are weird out there, right? The internet is a strange place.
My hands, candlesticks. Yeah, look into my hands.
Selah, the internet is a weird place. There's a lot of weird people out there. You're one of them, Nick. You idiot.
I'm uncharitable, Phil. I'm threatening you again.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm threatening you again. You better not call him weird, Phil.
All right, he's perfectly normal.
Let me huff some glue to understand Nick better.
It's all making sense.
Very strange place indeed. Anyway, just wanted to pop on and talk about that. Let's raise the bar. Let's raise the stakes. Let's get serious and actually tackle the central issue of this liturgical war. Because if we don't, we'll be sitting here in 30 years and the bishops won't have done anything and they'll still be saying,
Phil. Yeah. He said ecclesiastical war, clearly.
He said liturgical.
He said ecclesiastical. Skip it back. It'll prove me right. Skip it back. It'll prove me right.
Hold
on. We'll be sitting here in 30 years and of this liturgical war. Because if we don't...
See, ecclesiastical.
Yeah, you're right. I messed up. Sorry.
Yeah, Phil, a knife again.
We'll be sitting here in 30 years.
You might need some glue, Phil. You better snip the glue.
They're there now. You can have your communion on the tongue, but everyone still should be receiving on the tongue. All the abuses, supposed abuses, will continue to go forward. So Let's do
It's
better, my
actually
friends.
Well
Catholics
Bond.
need-
Well Bond. Well Bond is what I use to make burnt pizza taste good again. Have you ever had a burnt pizza slice and you're like, oh no, the burnt part fell off? Well, Bond, my new favorite burnt pizza glue will fix all of your problems. It doesn't even ruin the flavor. Oh, your teeth fell out because the burnt pizza was too hard? Well, Bond fixes all of your issues. Put it on your teeth, your tongue, especially for men who can't shut up. Well, Bond fix all of your problems. Oh, thank you.
It's the condiment that'll fix your teeth.
That's right. Nick could use Wild Bond. Put it on your lips. You won't talk stupid anymore or huff it. Hey.
All of a sudden, the Novus Ordo makes sense.
That's right. Yay.
A unambiguously robust, in-your-face Catholic liturgy, a doctrinally pure liturgy. Because if we have a doctrinally pure liturgy, then reverence.
Do you need some Wild Bond, Meowrissa?
No. I just wanted to point out that he is calling Pope Saint Paul VI, whom he believes is both a real pope, a real saint, and who has no power to kick out Lefebvre. He's saying that his mass by a canonized pope, is so bad that he, not even a doctorate student, can point out that it's a bad mass. But it's also a real mass at the same time.
Get your nose over here. You need Wild Bond. You need Wild Bond. I'm sticking it out. You better sniff. Now it makes sense.
Will naturally flow. If we don't have a doctrinally pure liturgy, then reverence will naturally not flow. That's the central issue that we have to get down.
Is he talking about naturally flowing?
Christian and lost, and she's hunting for another golden
goose.
Maybe she can find some drama to get some money. This and that is very sunny. Oh, I think that she will talk about weird stuffs. She just can't seem to put down that she has the cuffs of the man who left her behind on the cruise. Christine chugs the wine and just sings all the blues. And it's only Christine. It's so lamenting, Christine. Me importas tú, y tú, y nadie más que tú. Pollos negros per canela que me llegan a desesperar. Me importas tú, y tú, Christine. It's only you. It's you. Oh, Christine, it's you. Everything is Christine. Da 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 da
Or has he not formally converted, but did Sam Shamoon formally convert to the Catholic Church? Not formally himself as a Catholic and a Catholic
She just
apologist.
gets so concerned.
I'm going to
Michael Lofton is an approved member of the Snuff, the hard bond glue snuffing community.
Can we rewatch it again? I need to see this space. Like, he's like an old lady who's like telling you about.
He's like, I'm not putting up with this. He's like, I'm not putting up with this.
It alters your brain chemistry.
Did Sam Shamoon formally convert to the Catholic Church? Or has he not formally converted, but he presents himself as a Catholic and a Catholic apologist? I'm going to explore this with you in great detail with evidence coming up next. This is not a show I wanted to do. I kept my mouth shut for a long time.
Talking about?
This is not a show I wanted to do. I kept my mouth shut for a long time.
Coming up next, like, what is that? Commercial break? I don't know what he's talking about. That's weird.
On time. But not anymore. Because
Not anymore.
Sam opened the door to this very question.
Whoa!
Sam is the one who opened the door. So let's go ahead and walk through it together, Sam. Because you've made statements publicly about me.
Uh-oh.
You have told people that I'm a new convert.
Sorry, what? Did you say Selah?
No, I was just making a comment.
Oh, okay.
My bad. My bad.
He was like, until it got personal, I was fine with you. What?
Is that every single person that Lofton has ever interacted with? Is that literally what he says to everyone?
Hey, why don't you accuse Lofton of something and said AP? It's like you're in the hospitality employment. I gotta do a show about SedeP. As a matter of fact, you're in the hospitality employment.
To the Catholic Church. You have told people that I shouldn't teach in the Catholic Church and that I need to get off social media because you've told them I'm a new convert to the Catholic Church. Some Catholics have even said this. Most of the time I look the other way. Not anymore. Tired of it. Not giving people a pass anymore. Let me now show you my paperwork showing you when I converted to Catholicism. And now I'm going to show you other information that is very alarming.
Meow meow. Meow meow. Got it. Meow. Meow 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 meow.
Very alarming about whether or not Sam Shamoon has been presenting himself as a Catholic and a Catholic apologist, but he is not in the community.
Okay,
He's the one who opened the door.
He opened the door. Yeah, Anthony Rattrap.
Who cares about
It's not his fault.
Does anybody care about what his paperwork is? Like, what?
No, no.
Who cares? Like, I don't get this. This is so silly. I gotta put out my paperwork to show you. No one cares. Who cares? Who is this? Who gives a shit?
Have I listened to anything Sam Shamoon ever had to say about anything? Like, I don't know.
Who cares what Sammy, whatever the hell, or what this guy says? And who cares about his paperwork? Who cares how long it's been a cat? I don't know. Who cares? No one cares. Just talk.
His hands are tied, Anthony. His hands are tied.
Just say your stupid spiel and go. You don't gotta defend your paperwork. Come on.
So Sam, don't be mad at me. You're the one who opened the door to this. Let's go ahead and walk through it together. Now, let me produce my receipts.
You're not that important, man.
So that everybody is on the same page. And all you Catholics who have been lying about me, you can now go to confession. And you can too, Sam. Now, let me go ahead and share my screen. Let me show you this document right here. I can show you numerous other documents. I have receipts for everything.
Selah,
about
it's been redacted. How do I know this is a real certificate?
It's fake. You're phony.
You're phony.
You're phony.
Yeah, phony. What is this son of or daughter of? And he doesn't like what? He doesn't like his parents? What is this?
Why does he feel the need so stupid?
My father's name is Raymond, and my mother's name is Deborah. It's like, so what?
What is that paper? Is that baptismal paper? What is
Yeah,
that?
he's got a certificate, and he's
To
got
show
his
what? He's
parents'
been a Catholic
name
for
blocked out.
2 years or whatever. Like, I don't understand the point of this.
He's like,
is there a point to anything Lofton does?
I guess not. Yeah.
Me
It's just funny.
and my relationship.
Don't bring us down, SedeP.
All right, sorry.
To the Catholic Church. I've kept my mouth shut for years. When Catholics say I'm a new convert to the Catholic Church, that I just converted, No, I converted
Selah,
in
Selah.
20.
Isn't he a new convert?
As I
Selah.
told y'all, new.
I thought he was a new convert. He's only been
No,
around
no,
for like,
no.
didn't he like convert and then go to Eastern Orthodoxy and then come back and something like that?
Yes,
back and forth,
but
back and forth.
so he's not really new. He's been here before. He just keeps going out and coming back.
That's even worse.
No. It's more base. No. It's more base.
Okay, my bad.
4日間ほど
Go to 1636.
アルチを放つことで気温を保ったり、
She's
不快な雑
harvesting
草を生
sweet
やさないので、
potatoes.
かぼちゃが丈夫に
We'll probably go to commercial.
ということで、10月、ラストスパートなんですが、まだまだやることはたくさんあります。まずは10月上旬、さつまいもの収穫を行いました。じゃがいもの収穫の時に、最初、
times. Let's go through the potatoes. Since Sam wants to open the door to this one.
Oh,
certificate of confirmation.
What?
St. Matthew Catholic Church, 121 Jackson Street, Monroe, Louisiana, 71201. Still fully functional parish. You can Google it. There's even pictures of me serving at the altar there.
What?
This is the certified Michael Lofton. Everybody knows that's my full name.
What?
Told y'all the story. Why I go by Michael, not Christopher. I grew up in Israel. Couldn't go by Christopher for obvious reasons there. Pio of Pietrelcina, confirmation saint.
What?
Redacted my parents' name.
What?
Y'all need that. Some of you trolls would probably try to harass people. So, where was I baptized? Eagles Nest World Prayer Center, Monroe, Louisiana. And that was
Wait. Here, the church was Eagles Nest World Prayer Center,
Monroe, Louisiana.
And it was the nest of the bald eagle.
Don't they? Doesn't he mean Saint Eagle's Nest World Prayer Center?
I want to say 2001. I have the certificate for it.
Oh, it's the St. Matthew Catholic Church. Okay.
St. Matthew Eagle Nest.
It's really a moot point. I produced it to the parish, and that was good enough for them. Received the sacrament of confirmation April 7th of 2012. Oh, am I a new convert, guys? All you Catholics out there yapping about me saying that I'm a new.
Yeah, 2012 would make you a new convert, wouldn't it?
Well, what does it matter? What if he fell away afterwards for 10 years and then came back?
But even 2012 is kind of new, no?
And if you're Mexican, you get confirmed even if you don't believe. So, like, what? Who cares?
I mean, I was confirmed when I was not even a year old. Yeah. And yet I didn't even grow up Catholic. I didn't, until I was like 40. Like, what does this mean? I don't know.
It means absolutely nothing. It means he's
exactly.
Jay Dyer, man. He's just crashing out all this time.
New convert. Where you guys at now? You want to still keep telling your followers that?
Now,
you got it.
My home is up in here.
Where my hose at?
Yeah, new convert, where you at? Break yourself.
That way, what was that? So 10 would be 20. 2022 would be 10 years.
Where's all my? What is he talking about?
Oh, you know what? Eagles Nest World Prayer Center is probably a Protestant. So he was baptized Protestant? Is that what that is? And his confirmation was in the St. Matthew Catholic Church. Is that what's happening? I don't know.
I guess. I don't know.
Egg on your face? Sam, you want to keep telling people I'm new to Catholicism?
Kind of.
Sam, I'm offended that you won't come on my show and lick my boots.
Yeah, now what, Sam? Now what?
Like, like a 13-year-old boy that was baptized in the church, right? Is like, I've been here, I'm forever. I've been here forever now. I ain't you.
When you got egg on your face, what does that say?
about a
That says
flash moment.
2012. That's 13 years ago, isn't it?
What?
Uh-huh.
13 years ago.
Smack down.
I'm mad, fool.
I can't believe
Why are you
he's
talking like that?
He's a grown man talking like this and actually thinking that this proves that he's like been a Catholic for a long time.
I'm math, man. 13 years, fool.
13 years. I ain't gonna live another 13. The life I live.
Right. So, at what parish? St. Matthew Catholic Church, Monroe, Louisiana, Diocese of Shreveport.
Gee,
Father
I wonder
Legio
where that
Thomas
is.
was.
I wonder who that is.
Oh, why do I call him up on this telephone?
Where's Sam at? Break yourself, Sam. Break yourself.
I wonder what the.
It's so stupid.
I wonder what the word August means.
That's 1 through 3.
Shreveport. You understand?
Was the one who confirmed me. He was not the pastor. He was the assistant pastor at the time. Full pastor at the time was Father.
Just say he was a
Puglia,
priest.
who's now passed away. Thomas Kennedy, who's now a priest, was my sponsor. This was signed and dated by the issuer August 28th of 2012. Okay, so you opened the door to this, Sam.
Whoa!
You opened the door by telling people repeatedly that I'm a new convert and I need to stop teaching and I need to get off YouTube. Okay.
Boom!
All right. So there you go.
But I ain't
You're
a
gonna
new
stand
convert,
corrected?
and that means
But
everything I
since
say is
you opened the
wonderful.
door to this question,
Didn't like this is this correct or is this not correct? Didn't he become Eastern Orthodox afterwards?
That's what I heard. Yeah. That's what I
He
heard.
switches his
They
religion whenever
apostatized.
it's
went to Orthodox. Sorry.
I don't know. Whatever. I'll drink to that. It's like a my friends moment.
He's also like a rabid antisocial like jerk. So like, who cares?
we need to explore it a little bit more, don't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if new converts shouldn't be teaching, what about guys who haven't actually formally converted? Should they be teaching? Should they be Catholic apologists?
What?
Okay.
I know you're not talking
So
to me.
let's go ahead and examine some things.
Is he going to show a clip?
As I'm showing here, Sam has accused me.
What?
But I'm not going to return the favor. I'm just going to limit myself to asking questions.
So
I'm just asking questions, Sam. And maybe you can give some clarification in light of the information I'm about to present to this audience. Everyone has been telling me Sam converted to Catholicism, but has he actually formally converted to Catholicism?
What?
I'm seeing videos of him online, and I've watched the videos where he says he's converted to the Catholic Church.
What?
Y'all have seen this. You can just do a quick Google search
Okay.
where he's making that claim in multiple streams. I'll show you just a few, just so you know that I'm not making it up.
Okay. Hurry up.
Here we go. Sam Shamoon miracle on why he became Catholic on Shamoonian Explains 3 weeks ago. That's weird. Huh. Okay. What else do we have?
Play
You
the
just
clip.
Look in
Play
YouTube.
the clip.
Sam
play the
Shamoon,
clip,
Catholic convert.
play the clip.
Find all kinds of stuff. Here he is on Avoiding Babylon.
What?
Sam Shamoon discusses
Play
his
the
journey
clip.
to Catholicism. Huh. Okay. That's interesting. What else we got? Let's take a look at another one. This one's fascinating because we're actually going to watch a clip from it.
Oh, finally.
Sam Shamoon's journey home. His journey home conversion story by Full Sheen Ahead, Jesse Romero, and gosh, why am I blanking on his name?
And bald white guy.
Terry Barber. Okay.
Okay, Bold
Goes
Blanket
on
was
there,
better.
says he's a convert to the Catholic Church. Numerous others, right? I'm
Sorry,
just
I
showing
missed
you a few.
Oh, you know,
But
you
in
didn't
that
show
video
us
that I just pointed you
anything.
to, he says some
wrote it on a piece of
fascinating
paper
things.
and
When
said
was
it,
that
and then
video?
showed his piece of
That video
paper.
was 3 weeks ago, as I just showed on my screen. 3 weeks ago. By the way, that video is titled again, Sam Shamoon's Journey Home Conversion Story. Sounds like he converted, right? It's weird. I mean, I've been on the journey home talking about my conversion story. It would have been weird if I went on EWTN's journey home talking about how I converted to Catholicism, but I didn't actually formally join Catholicism. That would be very odd, right? Okay. So, what he says in this video, as I'm about to show you, is very quickly to recap.
Man,
That
the
he was
script is going on
baptized
forever.
when he was born into the Assyrian Church of the East. Presumably, he received confirmation and Eucharist because they tend to do all three as an infant. So I, suspect he's received all three of those sacraments of initiation through the Oriental Orthodox, the Assyrian Church of the East. So in the Assyrian Church of the East, not Eastern Orthodox, not Oriental Orthodox. It's its own
Get
entity.
to the point.
Okay. He says that that's what he started out with when he was born. He then says he considered Islam. He then says he became convinced of Christianity. He went the Protestant route, did that for a long time. And then he says that he becomes Catholic. Take a look at this with me, just so I can produce the receipts. And again, let me know if y'all have any difficulty in hearing this in the chat, and you'll see where I'm going with this in just a second.
Local sponsor.
Well, I was born Assyrian. The Assyrians are part of the Assyrian Church of the East. In the West, the Assyrian Church is called Nestorian. I'm sure you guys know this.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
that better than I.
Okay. Assyrian Church of the East, the Nestorian Church, broke away with the Third Ecumenical Council, Council of Ephesus. I've talked about this, in great detail here on this channel when I go through church history aspects and patristic aspects. Anyways, okay, so he belonged to that communion. That's where he was baptized. He then goes over how Protestantism, very well known. He's been
Okay,
very well known
Selah.
as a Protestant apologist for a while.
He doesn't actually know how to do a show. He's been doing the show for 3 or 4 years. My shows, which are retarded, are better than his. You say what the clip is going to say. You play the clip, and then you brought the receipts. Instead, he shows nothing, explains everything, shows a clip that has nothing to do with anything he says. Then he starts talking again. Is this guy retarded? I just had to use my daily quota of 17 times the stream that I say the R word. Sorry. Yay. Oh, you can also play the clip I put in the private chat.
Okay, hold on.
It's a guy eating food. It's highly entertaining, like 7,000 more times entertaining than guy who's trying to not play clips because he's trying to make a 1 hour clip of Sam Shamoon saying 5 things, I guess.
Actually, we can try the okra,
Hey, SedeP, this might
the
be
cheese
lawful,
bites,
man. And this
and the
might be
barbecue
lawful.
chicken sandwich.
SedeP, you calling me retarded?
I love some okra, and I think this was a cheese bite, but the cheese fell out of it, so it's just now a shell, a fried shell. Here's the cheese.
This
that fell
man
out.
with no hands can eat. He actually earlier in the video goes and gets all this stuff. He tried.
Just as I expected. Okra. Oh man, I haven't had okra in a minute.
Watch what he says 3 weeks ago at the 7:55 minute mark, 7 minutes 55 seconds. Watch this and pay attention.
I returned and I'm in the Catholic Church. So I'm Catholic, but I'm still not an expert. I don't know. I'm learning, relearning, unlearning.
Oh!
So I'm Catholic apologist. I don't want to give out my location, but thank God I went to the Eucharist yesterday. So
on Earth.
As it is in Assyria.
Selah, I don't want to give my location away. But let's just say I'm on Earth.
Let's say I say it's in Arizona every single stream. If you just wait long enough.
Outside of Tucson. But don't expect any more information. Off Route 66. Don't.
But in the actual content Sam does, it's extremely limited to patristics and the Bible. So, like, he doesn't actually cover general Catholicism unless he's changed since I last watched him. So, like,
I haven't seen
I'm waiting for Michael often to actually express a point.
He has no point, and he's coming out swinging, doing nothing. He's just like hitting air, you know.
I'm angry. Listen to me. Meow, 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 meow.
Boom! I got a certificate. Boom!
Yeah, break yourself, Sam.
That certificate has words on it. Boom! It's like, okay, thanks.
Pray for my.
I didn't want to have to do this. I didn't want to have to do it. But here's my birth certificate. You twisted my arm, Sam. You twisted my arm.
Journey to finish.
I mean, these people think too highly of themselves.
Pray for my journey.
What's that?
I said these people think way too highly of themselves. Nobody cares. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's so stupid. Their little beef here. I mean, who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
Journey to finish it. That's a weird thing to say. You know why he journeyed to finish it?
Just, I don't want to give out my location, but thank God I went to the Eucharist yesterday, so I pray for my journey to finish it.
Pray for my journey to finish it. That's a weird thing to say. You know why he's saying that? Because it appears he hasn't been formally received into the Catholic Church. How would a man who is an Assyrian Church of the East man become a Catholic? Do you know the canonical process? I'm going to walk you through it. There's a reason why he just said that. There's a reason why he just used that language. He didn't explain it. But if you know canon law and you know the process of reception for someone in Sam's position, you'll know exactly why he said that. Because if you haven't gone through the canonical process,
Selah,
and
I thought it was because he still had the Eucharist in his cheek, like just tucked in.
By the way, for what Michael Lofton I think he's going to say right now is really retarded, because 99% of all people who do commentary online are not canonically theologians.
Right.
So
including
if he's going to bring this up, he's not. You have to have a PhD, teach at a university, or have defended it in front of like pretty much people who do teach at universities, so real theologians, and then be authorized by your local bishop. It's one of those. It's a professional teacher and or authorized.
And he has none of that.
Yeah.
And now he's gonna do a video Selahcast. I didn't want to have to do this. I shook my bishop's hand. Boom! Here's a picture. I asked him, "Is it okay if I'm on the internet?" He said, "Yeah, I don't care." Boom! Bishop's
Well, I'm not a
approval.
professional theologian.
It says next to my name STD. What does the STD degree stand for? It's like sacred.
I'm Lofton.
Sexual transmitted decision.
All kind of STDs by my name.
Public profession of faith.
I don't need no bishop.
Look at
You
the
have not
pointing.
been formally received into the Catholic Church, and you are still on paper, according to the Catholic Church, considered a non-Catholic, even if you've received all the sacraments of initiation from your previous church. This applies to Eastern Orthodox, Oriental Orthodox, Assyrian Church of the East.
Wait, that's the
And I'm
line
about
he's
to
going
show you
for?
all of that information,
Say
so
law.
you can't argue.
They worship the same God as the Muslims. Why would they care? Don't they? They make monophysites into saints. Well, who cares?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the argument he went for. Oh.
Argue and say, well, no, that's not the way it works. I will show you. I will produce the receipts. Just watch. But did you
25.
catch what he said? He said, I'm a Catholic and a Catholic apologist. Did you hear that? Catholic apologist. Can somebody who has not been formally received into full communion with the Catholic Church
Play the
be a
clip
Catholic
again, Michael
apologist? That's
Lofton.
my question.
Oh my gosh. This is not how the clip show works.
Hey.
Stop talking.
Hey guys, I'm a Catholic apologist. I said it. Yeah. So what's Candlestick saying? New Mass, 1969. New Rite, Baptism, 1969. New Rite of Marriage, 1969. New Rite of Confirmation, 1971. New Rite of Extreme Unction, 1972. New Rite of Penance, 1973. Excellent Candlesticks.
Watch it again.
I returned and I'm in the Catholic Church. So I'm Catholic, but I'm still not an expert. I don't know. I'm learning, relearning, unlearning. So I'm Catholic apologist. I don't want to give out my location, but thank God I went to the Eucharist yesterday. So I pray for my journey to finish it. So that's where I'm at.
Wow.
Let me ask you.
3 weeks ago, pray for my journey to finish it. But he tells them, I'm a Catholic and a Catholic apologist. Okay, let's consider if that's actually true in light of the evidence and the information.
If Michael Lofton can be a Catholic apologist, can anyone be able to be a Catholic apologist?
Well, the reason why I'm bringing this up
he didn't want
is
to.
because a whole bunch of followers who are faithful followers of Sam started contacting me in the last few days saying, Michael, Sam has not been formally received into the Catholic Church. And I'm like, well, I guess I owe him an apology. I've been calling him a Catholic and a Catholic apologist. I guess I owe Sam an apology here. Sam, sorry. If that's true, I've been falsely labeling you a Catholic, and I shouldn't have done that. I apologize. They've been-
Passive aggressive. Passive aggressive. Yeah. Very Christ-like. Very Christ-like. Yay.
been coming to me, and when I see faithful followers of Sam who watch him regularly and religiously contacting me saying yeah, he hasn't been fully received, that alerted me to this, because I'm like, wait, you opened the door to this when you lied to people and told them that I'm a new convert to the Catholic Church. You opened the door to it when you said that I shouldn't be teaching and that new converts shouldn't be teaching. And now it's really been opened when his followers are contacting me telling me, yeah, actually, he hasn't fully converted. What does that process look like? How do you become in full communion and fully convert formally into the Catholic Church, where you can now call yourself a Catholic from his situation, Assyrian Church of the East? How does that happen? It's the same process for Oriental Orthodox and Eastern Orthodox. And it's the same process for whether or not you go into an Eastern Catholic communion or a Latin Rite communion. So whether you're Eastern Catholic or Latin Rite. And actually, there's an added step if you want to be Latin Rite. Let's walk through it together. Let's walk through it together.
Let's walk through it. Let's walk through it together.
And let's then ask Sam some very important questions and see if he can produce receipts on him having fully converted into the Catholic Church. Okay, so you saw him say Assyrian Church of the East.
All right.
Great. What is the sui juris analogous jurisdiction whenever you're...
All right, whatever. Who cares? All right. So let's see. Maybe he's got other things going on here.
Hey, I'm Michael Lofton, a
Let's see. What other videos you
A
got?
theologian. I was speaking at church like the Anglican.
12 hours ago, Sam admits he's not Catholic. Let's share this instead while we wait for the commercials to clear.
A friend, a friend, a friend, a friend.
Also, Sam Moon just admitted he has not formally converted to the Catholic Church. This is a pretty big deal. For quite some time, Sam has been telling people that he's a Catholic.
Woohoo!
The Catholic apologist.
And I'm in the Catholic Church, so I'm Catholic, but I'm still not an expert. I don't know. I'm learning, relearning, unlearning.
Is that his only clip?
Nobody cares.
That's like his
He's
only clip.
He receives Holy Communion with, so either he receives it invalidly. Is that what Michael Lofton is saying? Muslims receive it validly inside their church. What is this new law? Everyone has new laws in their religion. I can't stand it. Oh, Detective Kyoshi.
Hello.
Meow meow.
You made it back.
I'm back.
Apologist. I don't want to give out my location, but thank God I went to the Eucharist yesterday, so I pray for my journey to finish it.
He's been doing journey home style interviews, sharing what sounded like a full conversion story to the Catholic Church. But after my video yesterday, he has been finally forced to admit.
Hey, remember when Michael Lofton was listed on an Eastern Orthodox website? Remember?
Oh no!
He's got a certificate, Detective Kyoshi.
Yes. Yep. Proof. Just like annulment. Proof. That's right.
That he hasn't formally entered the Catholic Church. For those who don't know the background, Sam comes from the Assyrian Church of the East. This is not in full communion with Rome. It's not Eastern Orthodox either.
Michael Lofton, in certain areas, the Roman Church that you recognize allows intercommunion between the Assyrian Church and the Roman Catholics in that area.
Right.
I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know. Anyway, that just confuses me.
Well, you know, if he didn't come after him, he wouldn't have to bring all this out into the light, you know?
And I know the Assyrian Church also, like, brings up a bunch of debate between Father Chikata and the validity of the new Mass, too. So, shut up, John!
But it occupies a similar status. The Catholic Church recognizes its sacraments, and it says that they're valid. That means that Assyrians are already baptized, confirmed, and receive the Eucharist.
Hi.
You better recognize.
Hello. Hi, Phil.
According to Catholic teaching, they can receive communion at any Catholic Mass without being members of the Catholic Church. And this is crucial. If someone from the Assyrian Church of the East wants to become Catholic and enter into full communion, they don't have to be baptized or reconfirmed. They just have to make the profession of faith of John Paul II in front of a Catholic priest during Mass. That's it. But until they do that, they're not in full communion with the Catholic Church and cannot rightly call themselves Catholic, let alone a Catholic apologist. Now, for a while, Sam was going around telling people that I'm a new convert to Catholicism. Of course, that's false.
I like that he changed camera angles for that. Like he's looking into the camera, and it's off the center.
What was SedeP even asking about? I literally just said what Michael Lofton said. The Novus Ordo lets you take communion if you're Assyrian.
Well, I like the fact that it's like you had to say the profession of faith in front of a priest. It's like, you mean you just had to say the creed during the Mass?
No, you have to make formal renouncements of heresy or whatever, but I don't even know if the Novus Ordo does that. We had a friend who went to the SSPX and he did that whole thing, and then he watched a John Salsa video. He was like, oh no, the SSPX is in schism! Ah! Really sad, to be honest. I hate John Salsa so much. He's gonna go to hell.
Yay! Help for everyone!
I will stab John Salsa!
False. I converted in 2012. I even showed my confirmation certificate on my show yesterday. But when Sam started misrepresenting my own
look at the hard edit here. That's pretty funny.
Confirmation certificate on my show yesterday. But when Sam started
he must have said something wrong, and he was like, "Oh, I better take that off."
Representing my own conversion story, it made me pause. If he's lying about mine,
he paused. You say Lord.
Wait, Phil, look at this. Confirmation.
Oh, hold on.
Wow. Look, guys.
Me is full.
Confirmation. Confirmation. Confirmation, guys. Look, look, look.
No, don't read it. If you're an academic, you can read it. But if you're not an academic, you might go into
Hey, Anthony, do you see? Me is Fumo.
Don't say it. You just ruined souls.
Do, 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 do.
2012. Sit down.
Let me huff my dry eraser marker.
Okay.
Has he actually converted to Catholicism? At first, I brushed off the thought, but recently some of Sam's own supporters started reaching out to me. People who really follow his material. And they told me, hey, Sam hasn't actually converted.
I didn't realize that this was just a service he's performing to all of us. That he didn't want to do it, but you know his supporters are actually reaching out to him. That he can make this.
Hero.
Yeah, he's
Let me check my computer.
He's the greatest hero of them all.
Oh, I'm checking my
So that got me
computer.
digging. And what I found confirmed it.
Dig,
Sam
dig.
Shamoon has not formally entered the Catholic Church.
What?
Yet he's been calling himself a Catholic and a Catholic apologist. And he's making the rounds
I'm
on
watching
Catholic
this
YouTube
right
channels
now.
telling people that he's come home to Rome. So yesterday I did a video confronting this issue head on. I was clear.
Breaking news.
Sam does not need to be rebaptized. I was also clear he does not need to be reconfirmed. I was also very clear he's allowed to receive the Eucharist in a Catholic church. But I was also clear, and this is Catholic teaching, that unless he makes the profession of faith, he is not Catholic, and he is not in full communion with the Catholic Church. Receiving the Eucharist doesn't change that. Not needing to be confirmed again doesn't change that. Eastern Orthodox can receive communion in any Catholic church in the world, and they're not Catholic either. So I asked Sam publicly, show me proof that you've made the profession of faith. Just like I showed my confirmation certificate, show your proof that you have formally converted to Catholicism.
By
Now,
the
he
way,
made a community
breaking
post on
news,
YouTube
Phil. New
yesterday,
Baskin
not
Robbins
answering the
floor.
question directly.
Where?
I just posted in the private chat on my
okay,
Fumo computer. The Fumo muter. Fumo computer. Fumo commuter.
Coverage. It's been a little over a week since a car crashed into a local Baskin Robbins on MacArthur Boulevard. Springfield
Oh
police
my
say a woman
gosh.
pulled into the parking lot and lost
A
control of her
woman.
vehicle, causing her
Woman.
into the building. 9 days later, beneath the rubble of the
Hey, it's
damaged
Monique.
building.
It's
Our
Monique,
Monique Davis
guys.
joins us live with what city officials are saying. Monique.
That's right. Since the building is private property, Springfield officials say before they can get involved, they have to give the building owner an opportunity to demolish it. That's exactly what JJ9 LLC, the owner of the building, plans to do. The building owner's insurance company has made arrangements for their contractor to begin preparations on demolishing the building. City officials say preparation can begin as early as tomorrow. Officials say every engineer that inspected the building shared the same concerns of the building completely collapsing if they removed the car. Now, after the crash, Sterling Tax Services next door says they were displaced and now they are currently operating at a different location. Reporting live in Springfield, I'm Monique Davis. Back to you.
Hey, Pope Francis, demolish this Baskin Robbins.
Bragged about how he supposedly brought to the Catholic Church numerous people. He went on and on about how he doesn't need to be reconfirmed, which again, nobody said he did. In fact, I explicitly said he didn't. So this is off the station. And it's a
He explicitly said he didn't. He explicitly said it.
pretty disingenuous tactic because he ignored what actually needed to be addressed, and instead he answered a question that nobody was really asking. To give an analogy, it's like asking somebody, hey, have you renewed your driver's license yet? And they say, well, look, there's no need for me to go to the grocery store and buy apples again. I already have apples at home. Okay. That still has nothing to do with the question at stake.
I have apples at home
You
too.
Don't you know that before you can renew your license, you gotta buy apples?
Hey, Phil, I have an Apple iPhone. Therefore, I have apples at home.
I
Oh,
always
liberal.
have
Hey, liberal. Boom, boom. Owned liberal. You just got a hernia.
Renewed your license yet. Having apples at home has nothing to do with this issue. But in
Says
the
you.
same community post towards the very end, he shares a comment from somebody that says this: even if Sam decides to end his journey of choosing which of the ancient churches to permanently belong to, and that choice remains the Catholic Church, he won't have to do much different from what he's already doing, as Assyrians even now are allowed access to our sacraments even without full communion. That's the end of the quote. Sam
Conversion,
shared this in response to
communion.
people asking, has he made the profession
He
of faith
misread
yet and
that.
fully entered the Catholic Church? Now, sharing this is an admission he has not been fully received into the church and has not made the profession of faith. It would be like if somebody came to me and said, Michael, have you been received into the Catholic Church? And I share in response a community post saying, look, I don't have to be rebaptized. I've already been baptized by a Protestant group. And then I share somebody else commenting saying, well, look, Michael doesn't have to be rebaptized. He's really close to Catholic communion. If he chooses to become Catholic instead of Eastern Orthodox, look, all he has to do is this remaining step of the process. He's openly admitting here by sharing this that he has not gone through with the profession of faith and has not been formally received into the Catholic Church. Now, you know what?
Show me on the Apple where you did your profession of faith.
I agree with this commenter. Sam wouldn't have to do much. I said that in my video. All he has to do is formally make the profession of faith. But until he does, he is not Catholic and he is not in full communion with the Catholic Church. And by him sharing this, it's an admission that he has not made that commitment and has not made the profession of faith. So he's not a Catholic. He's still a Syrian Church of the East, going to a Catholic parish and receiving the Eucharist at a Catholic parish without having made that formal conversion to the Catholic Church. It's exactly the same as an Eastern Orthodox who visits a Catholic parish, receives the Eucharist there, but is still an Eastern Orthodox at the end of the day. Exactly. So while Sam tries to distract people by saying that he doesn't need to be reconfirmed, a point that nobody is making, he admits by sharing this commenter's words that he hasn't made the profession of faith and he hasn't formally chosen Catholicism over other options like Eastern Orthodox. In fact, Sam has recently told people that he's still open to going to Eastern Orthodox if Catholicism turns out to be false. That says a lot, and it's clear he's still discerning. And it's perfectly fine to still be discerning, but he doesn't need to say that he's already converted and doesn't need to call himself a Catholic, let alone a Catholic apologist. In fact, it's incredibly disingenuous for him to be going around telling.
Sorry, Phil, I was like, ooh, what?
大きいハーベスターはさつまいもが傷だらけになってしまうので、全部手作業で収穫して箱詰めします。ちなみにさつまいもは見つけてから収穫するまで農薬もかけないし何もしない放任栽培なので手間があまりかかってないです。10月末にはビートを収穫します。ハウスの中で工夫していたのが難しいです。
All right, guys. I need to save up my time because I'm going to run out of time on this thing. So.
All right. We can do an after show, the Selahcast after show.
Yeah.
Shma.
You know. Thank you
Shma.
guys for being here.
Hey, Candlesticks, if you want to join, just join the link. You don't have to talk. But
Yeah.
We'll do an after show. Okay?
All right. Sounds good.
Yay.
Where am I here? There we go.
JP3, I love you. JP3, oh my gosh. I'm a bigger fan of JP3 than John. Smooch, smooch. You, SedeP, you. Brother, you. Brother, you. You, brother, you. Brother, you. Brother, you. Chew, chew, chew. JP3, I love you. JP3, oh, how 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 I love you. JP3, oh, love you. SedeP is gross. So gross, gross. JP3, I love you. JP3, oh, how I love you. JP3, love you. JP3, oh, how I love you. JP3, I love you. SedeP, oh, so gross. SedeP, oh, how gross. Say love. Yes. With John, Phil, and Jihan, and etc. and more. Remember to huff